All right, let's do this thing. Parent function is a function with defining characteristics of the family. In other words, it's like the main, it's a mommy and daddy function. You've learned several of these before in the past, and we're just going to go over them fairly quickly and be sure that we all are on the same page. Any questions on what a parent function is? No. All right, what's the first parent function you know? Do we know any of them? Y equals X. I like it. What is that one called, do you know? Or what? Linear. Well done. Let's shoot. All right, for our critical values, let's go from -2 to 2. For our y values, if y equals x, what would the y values be? -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. The same, right? What does my graph look like? Goes straight to the origin, both positive and negative. What that means by that is that 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, -1, -1, -2, -2. You can use your ID to make a really awesome straight line if you want. Cheat like me. Better if you're paying them non-method. No, apply. Because you're going to put arrows at the end. It's a function. It's a line that keeps on going forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Questions? Comments? Do you remember this at all? Yes, hopefully. Okay. Last thing. Yes.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Domain and range. What's my domain here? What's the domain of the picture? Name, infinity, positivity. Range? Same. What's another way of saying domain and range for name, infinity, positivity? All real numbers. I'm going to put that in somewhere that's cool. Means the same thing. Okay, the next one we're going to do is called the absolute value. Absolute value. It's kind of like combining two linear functions together. The equation is going to be y equals the absolute value bars of x. And two little vertical lines on either side of the x. That's what that means. We're going to use the same x values for my chart here. So let's go -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. What does the absolute value bar do to our x values? Does it keep them the same? Does it turn them positive? Keep them negative? What does it do? Make them all positive. If they're already positive, they remain positive. So my y value is going to be 2, 1, 0, 1, and 2. Graphically, this is kind of a weird concept. At -2, 2. -1, 1. 0. 1, 1. 2, 2. Kind of weird, right? It's going to keep on going in that shape. So what kind of shape are we dealing with here? A V. Good way to remember what the absolute value looks like is by the V in its name. That's what it looks like. Do I have every single X graphed? Let's do. So what does that mean for my domain? All real numbers, negative infinity, positive infinity. By the way, it's cool with me. How about the range though? 0 to positive infinity. Can we include 0? We can. It's 0 because my lowest point here, lowest point on my picture, right there. So I'm going from my blinking line. Okay, we're halfway done. Any questions? Okay. Next one we're going to do is the quadratic. What's that one look like again? Do we know? Yeah, it's a parabola. All right, here we go. Quadratic. 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 What's the equation? What's that equation?
Y equals x squared.
Y equals x squared. You just want to use the same x values again? Alright, so what are we doing here to the x values? We're squaring them. Negative 2 squared. What does that make? Negative or positive? Positive. Negative times a negative is a positive 4. Negative 1 times negative 1 is a positive 1. 0 squared. Don't hurt yourself here. 3? Oh, yeah, that's 0. 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. Grab these guys. What's this shape called again? What do I need to be sure I put at the end of my graph? Alright, Central, what's the domain then? What's the domain? Negative infinity to positive infinity. Or all real numbers, good job, dude. You guys know what the range is? Not really? Which is it? What you got? 0 to infinity, and what am I using around it? Bracket and parentheses. Good job. Questions about the quadratic? I saw that at the end of algebra 1 probably some in a little bit of a geometry, and then this year we're just going to tear out the quadratic. We're going to do a lot of it. The last one is kind of like the opposite of quadratic. It's actually called the inverse of quadratic, which is square root. The equation is going to be y equals the square root of x. Square root, what does that mean again? Like, how do you take the square root of 4? What times up makes 4? Is that how that works? Yeah, 2, right? square root of 9, 3, square root of 16. Yeah, cool. We're taking the square root of all those x's. Can't do negatives in this case, so I got to start with 0. I can take the square root of 1, that's cool. I can take the square root of 4. What about 5? Can I take the square root of 5? No. All right, what's the next number I can take the square root of? 9. And the last one, yeah, 16 sounds good with me. Okay, what are my y values going to be? What is the square root of 0? Square root of 1? Square root of 4? And lastly, 4. Graph that. Nevertheless, you need some sort of arrow at the end there. Lastly, domain kind of already hinted at it. It's going to be from blah, blah. 0 to infinity. Need some sort of punctuation. Comma? Got the comma. Bracket and parentheses, in that order specifically. Right? What about my range? The exact same. When you like flip the signs and all or anything? I don't know, I'm good.